Man, so I'm gonna see now. I'm gonna have a habit of coming back on here and letting y'all know some stuff, because I just found something in here that I was just like, wow, y'all should know this, man. So this is in chapter 5, and it says, the first step, practice awareness. I'll have to flip a screen. It says, the posture of awareness is not caught up in the action, but rather observes the action. Its perception is impeccable, watching, feeling, and listening without the interpreter always explaining what you are seeing right in front of your eyes. There are 4 simple steps required to change any belief that is holding you back from happiness and success in life you want. The first and most important step is to sharpen your awareness. The human mind is naturally aware, but so distracted by the mitote, that relentless conversation in your head dominating your attention. You lose the ability to notice. You lose the ability to notice what has been created by what you believe. You even stop noticing the beliefs themselves. To transform any belief, it takes awareness of what you really believe. In the process of changing a belief, if you can recover your awareness, you are almost there. Developing a habit of awareness is most of the task, perhaps 90% of the journey. In order to recover your awareness, you must practice awareness. It says awareness is not just about intellectual examination or reflection. An intellectual understanding of your self-limiting beliefs is a good start, but it won't take you very far. Being truly aware engages all that you are: emotion, the 5 physical senses, intuition, spirit, the mind that is always dreaming, and your intellect. So what is awareness? And this right here is where it really got me. Awareness, it says, true awareness is simply perception without judgment. True awareness is simply perception without judgment. Now that right there is key. For instance, let me put a bookmark in my thing. For instance, let's say you just chilling, right? You going to the store, right? And an individual walks up to you, and let's describe this individual. Let's say this individual is looking like they may be struggling. All right, they got on they got on some messed up clothes. It's ripped, it's torn. Let's say they got a little stench. Okay. Hair all messed up. They don't got a haircut. Just look rough. Let's say this individual look rough, and this individual walks up to you, right? And in your mind, because of the island of what you know, right? You think, oh, this man about to ask me for some money. He's about to ask me for something. Whatever it is, I don't want nothing to do with it, right? You automatically judge him by taking things on the island of what you know that you developed throughout your whole life, and you apply it to the matter at hand without even hearing what the guy has to say, okay? And so, let's say the guy, he comes up to you, right? And he's like, hey, man, I see you got that nice car that you got out of, and I wanted to get a car like that myself. I was interested in that model of vehicle, and I wanted to inquire about it. And so I just wanted to ask you, how do you like it? How's the gas mileage? Does it run good? Would you recommend that I buy that car? Okay. And so when we go back to the definition, true awareness is simply perception without judgment. You already failed by perceiving this individual and judging him, right? Before you even had the opportunity to hear what he had to say, you perceived him and you judged him. Now, perceiving and judging, is not bad. It's a safety net, right? It protects you, because you had life experiences and things came up to you, and you needed to have that in order to, finesse a situation and move about it in the correct way, which is correct. But I think you need to bend the rules a little bit when it comes to people and certain things, So this book here is saying true awareness is simply perception without judgment. So in using that example, that illustration, definition, what you should have done is, okay, this guy is approaching, this individual is approaching you. You perceive, because you can see that he looks rough, right? So from there, you automatically would think something, but it's saying that you should block out your judgment. Do not hold judgment on this person. Perceive, what's happening, him approaching you, okay, that's happening, but don't judge him. Don't automatically associate a negative view towards this individual because of how he's dressed and presented. Hold off judgment. Hold off judgment until he speaks, until you can assess the content of his character. That's all it's saying. So I think that's the key point. Hold off judgment until you can assess the contents of someone's character, their spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people fail to do this in life as is. They perceive something and they judge it. They do that first. They perceive and judge. And so when you perceive and judge, you already are in it at an angle that is incorrect. Your foundation's already messed up. You already screwed off that. And so you can't even receive what it is that you should receive or take from the situation because you already formed a negative view about it. It just messes it up. But if you just relax, be calm, be still, receive, be humble, don't judge, talk, hear it out, and from that perspective, you just simply take everything that's useful to you and you reject everything that isn't. But if you already have that mindset, that you're going to judge, you're going to reject everything off the rip, and you might get a little bit in, but for the most part, you're going to reject it because you're already negative. So I just thought that was really cool. I really like that point in the book, and it says here, recovering your awareness allows you to separate yourself from your habitual point of view so you can observe your point of view. Practicing awareness presents you to become the witness to your own emotional reactions and the stories that emerges from those reactions. This is no easy task. You have a strong sense of me and your image is invested there. Up to now, all those memories, experiences, stories, and beliefs that populate the island of what you know have become the dominant dreamer of your life. Interpreting everything that comes into view. Your interpreter uses all your knowledge and experiences as a library to extract evidence and to support its description. It never rests. It is the narrator, a teller of stories. The interpreter is not a perceiver because thinking is not a tool of perception. Thinking is a tool of analysis. The interpreter is the gatekeeper of perception, and the more dominant it is, the less awareness you actually have of what is really going on. It is not possible to practice awareness by allowing the interpreter to describe and define everything you notice. Using the vantage point of the interpreter to examine itself is much like having criminals guard the prison. The interpreter, born of the first dream, cannot observe itself with any accuracy because it distorts everything according to your filter of belief. That is huge, man. It's basically saying that your perception is distorted by your own filter of belief. And so everything that you view from that is being viewed through that filter. And we all know what a filter is, right? Y'all use it every day. And so when that happens, you're not seeing clearly. Your awareness isn't really true awareness. You think that it is, and that's what's so sick about it. You think that you perceive it correctly. You think you judging correctly, but you off. You off. Remember, true awareness is perception without judgment. So I just thought that was real cool, man. You guys go out today and practice being perceptive without judging. You know, it'll create a better world. You're doing your part to create a better world by just doing that little bit. So just wanted to share that with you guys, and catch you the next one. To God the glory.